Palace in Valencia, Spain. Our next match is a losers qualification encounter between LIU and Soledad Ayala. It's best of 3 sets, races to 4, winner breaks. Your referee for this one is Dave Pearson, and it's 10 ball, of course, so that means call shot. I'm Mark White, and calling the shots with me in the booth is the brains of the booth. It's Benjamin Belhassan. Hey, Benjamin.
Hi, Mark. Well, we are here back again, and yeah, it's going to be a big match here because, as you mentioned, it's losers qualification. So, meaning the losers were going to go home, and the winner is going to get to the last 16 into the money. And so remember, it's a 75,000 prize fund here, meaning reaching the last 16 is a paycheck. So yeah, big pressure. We expect the players to have strong determination and will to win.
Well, I told you not to mention in the money because I always have to sing when you say that. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. Yes, you're right. One of them will be in the money. Of course, all chasing, though, the top prize of $22,500 US. And it will be LIU. We saw her on this table last night get beat, sent to the one-loss side by Pia Filler. And the opposition today is no easier either for the young Chinese lady, because Soledad Ayala from Argentina can really play this game as well. So ball down, Benjamin, take it away.
Yeah, I already saw play the Soledad Ayala, and I think she beat Yasmin Ushan in the last Euro Tour I've been. And so she definitely can play. So yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen in this match.
Yeah, ball down on the break. I think she's got a sneaking little look at the two, but she's come up with a great safety. She knows how good this young lady can pot. She's a real potter, Soledad.
Yeah, there's no easy way out here. Yeah, she's looking at going long and long. What could be ideal is if she touches the two, then oh, that's too hard. I thought she would play like soft to try to go long, hit the two and stay behind the 6 and 8 slowly. Obviously, this is tough to do, but that was I think the only shot where you can value something if you execute it properly.
I think she was having a go at the famous 2-ball Z shot from the great Efren Reyes there. That would have been some shot from there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Straight into stroke then for Shasha. Was playing late last night after getting sent to the one-loss side. Played with
good
so
shot
much
there.
Right-hand spin there, Benjamin, wasn't there? Lots of right-hand spin.
Yeah, that was tough, but it slowed down the cue ball always when you use inside spin, so that's why she came up a little bit short here. And yeah, it's a tough position because the angle she has doesn't allow her to get position on the 5. So she might have to play safe here, I tell you what. Or decided to go into the 5. Withdraw. She can also elect to make the 4 and then bank the 5 to play some kind of safety here, depending where she lands with the cue ball. Oh yeah, that's why I was telling you that she might elect to play safe, because there were no easy way to track to the 5 ball. So that's a good shot. The thing is, nowadays, you really want, when it's possible, you really want to avoid to leave a jump shot for your opponent, because the jump sticks are really much easier to use than it was a decade ago. So as long as you can take the jump shot out of the equation, it's always a good point.
Left distance, but this is on. Push her shot. Oh, lost the cue ball. Lost the cue ball, I think. Does have an edge, so it's going to be a safety. Down behind 9-10. Oh, she had much more of it.
Yeah, this is simple, but this is really effective. I really like that shot.
Yeah, very, very simple, as you say. Terrific shot, well controlled. And it's not easy at all, is it? I mean, okay, she could make this, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know if the three-railer is in.
I mean, one rail.
Yeah, but she could have also tried the three-railer, but the 7-ball is on the way because she needed to hit the point right after the side pocket.
If she does make it, Benjamin, she'll be on the 6, that's for sure.
Yeah. The speed is good. Yeah, the speed is really good. This, yeah.
Great hit from the Argentinian.
Yeah, and most of the times when you choose the right speed on those kick shots, the results is showing, because the speed is really a big and important criteria on kick shots.
Foul called, of course.
I think she really wanted to hit the 5-ball thinner and try to hide behind the 9-10. That was tough. She was queuing above the 6.
Yeah, nasty queuing, wasn't it? Over the top of the 6. And that was a result of the good hit from Soldad, the shot before. Nicely played. Lots of left-hand spin. Taken around the back of the 8. Now can draw back bent from this 7 ball.
Yeah. Well, this is where I liked myself to really draw this, really draw to the short rail, so that when you hit the short rail, then you will have the great angle to go 1 rail to the 10 ball. You know, because there she's a little bit flat and she has to do some work with the cue ball. Yeah, I like that. She did it perfectly, but still. Good shot.
You're a tough taskmaster, Ben. You're a tough taskmaster.
It's just experience and also personal preference. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there is a way to play. It's just sometimes personal preference, just like we mentioned yesterday that, for example, I was commentating with Tim a match of Sofia Mast, and he told me that she didn't like the deep draws from what I saw, and so sometimes it's also only personal preference, because there is no better way to go. Sometimes there are, but sometimes there is not a better way to play position. It's just preference.
So stealing the opening rack, Soledad Ayala from Argentina is in control of this one early on. See the nice jacket on the chair there. I thought Predator had brought out chairs for a moment there, but of course it's the jacket hanging over the chair. Maybe it's just a little bit chilly in the arena. I'm sure they've got the aircon on. Not sure of the temperature in Gandia, but I will look it up, because I do like to know these things, Benjamin. I like to know what the players are experiencing, because we're not actually there in person. Benny's in
That's important.
Spain. Benny's in France, I beg your pardon. He will be in Spain. It's 14 degrees there at the moment.
Oh, okay. But yeah, as you mentioned, the conditions are really important, because sometimes if the conditions are, for example, humid, or if there is no AC, or if it's dry, obviously the conditions of play are changing during the day, and also because of the weather outside, and so it changes a little bit the conditions. Not that much on new balls, new clock conditions, but still.
In case you want to watch the other match on table 2, it's Bojana Sarac against Kristina Zleteva, the Zlaya. They're in action over there on table 2. We'll keep you up to date with all the other scores, guys, as the matches continue. Early days, of course, in all the matches, so nothing to report just yet. You can keep an eye on everything, the bracket and all that good stuff, if you go to probilliardseries.com.
Good shot there. Tough shot to roll, to get the great timing to reach the 2 on the side. The point is you really want a slightly angle on the 3, but not that much, because the 4 doesn't pass the 5, and also you don't want to queue above the 7. So this is the perfect example where she wanted to stop a ball before the 7, drawing back, but now she's in trouble because she can't draw back from the 3 to the 4 anymore. So she'll have to manufacture something, whether it's safety or whether try to make the 3, jacking up above the 7, and then play a safety off the 4. That's tricky.
I wonder, will she cross it over, play thin off the 3 for a safety? Can't really see her going for the pot here, to be honest.
Good shot. Still leaving a...
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Almost made it. So good effort, but sometimes like small details like this prevent you to run the rack. So this is, when you think about it, she drew the cue ball back just a few centimeters, and the run is over.
Oh dear, is she on this 4 ball? I don't think so. The jump cue is coming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's straight.
This is one of those jumps you would expect a pro to make.
Yeah, the thing is, you really want to make it and go forward a couple of inches to reach the 5 ball on the short side. So you just want to make the ball and not do too much of the cue ball. So this is one important thing. Yeah, just like that. It's great. She went a little bit too far, but
played a stun follow, didn't she? Very, very clever shot. As you say, though, just a little bit too far, but it's okay.
yeah, the thing is,
to make this past the 8.
One of the important thing when you're considering jumping a ball is really where you want the cue ball to land on the first rebound, I would say, because it drives the cue ball path. So you can decide to jump onto a ball and draw it, but if you jump and the cue ball lands just before the ball, then you're likely to go forward. So this is really an interesting stuff to practice on jump shots, because nowadays, especially with the BK rush, you can really control the path of the cue ball. So it's really interesting. Great effort for the moment from Soledad Ayala. She just jumped the ball and make a tough 5 ball to run this rack.
And for the second rack in a row, it looks like Soledad can steal this second rack and double her lead. She's nicely on this 8-ball.
Yeah, very few mistakes since the beginning of this match. Great consistency.
Referee Dave Pearson calling out the shots after the player tells him which pocket, just to make sure that he heard it and everything is clear. Good refereeing. And this is some really good play from Soledad Ayala. The Argentinian is about to double her lead.
Yeah, as we mentioned, just a small mistake position from the Chinese, this one, where she drew back a little bit too far, and then she played a great shot on the 3, almost cross-banking the 3, but missed it not by much, and it costs her the game. So
yeah, good 5-ball, wasn't it, into the corner past the 8. Didn't have a lot of room. The object ball was a long way from the pocket, but played it well. Kristina Zlateva going well also. She's 2-0 up on Bojana Sarac. Zhang Muan 2-1 down to Amber Chen. Han Yu has taken the first rack against Shui Jing Jiang. Oh, listen to this. Pei Chun Sai 3-0 already up on Monica Zalbeck. Now Wang Ling, who we just had the privilege to watch, is 1-1 with young Savannah Easton. That's out on table 16. I'm sure she'll be showing her match on her channel if she can. And Sophia Mast going well as well. She's 3-1 up against Rochelle Enfroy, who you were talking about earlier on.
yeah, she played a great match against Pia Filler yesterday night, even though she lost. Okay, good break from Soledad.
Oh, this is nice. Wanted to be tighter, but has left the rail. Well, maybe have left the ball as well.
Yeah. So this is tough because the 1 and the 6 are far away from each other, so it's really not a gimme. I might even consider playing a safety instead of the 1-6 combination, because you can't really control things when you have such a long distance combination.
Yeah, she's called the 5. Is she caroming it? Just carom. I prefer the carom here than the combo, to be honest, Benjamin.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't really control where the 1 is going, so now she'll have to play safe. Well, definitely the carom was on, but so now you don't want to block the 4, so you need to push the 4. Oh, she doesn't even touch it. Okay, that's okay. I thought she would push the 4 a little bit, but I think it already passes the 7, so if it's the case, then you don't need to touch anything. But you see the small details I mentioned earlier. If the cue ball were more to the side rail, then she could not go one rail like this. It makes the hit a lot easier, right? So this is small details, but when you play safety shots, your mind needs to go a little bit further, more into the details of the details to get rewarded. To get a real reward, such as ball in hand or open shot.
Yeah, I know some players look at the table and think, where would I not want to be next shot? Put yourself in the position of your opponent to see exactly where you want to tie them up.
Yeah, it's all about lines. All about lines. When you kick, you just have to imagine which is the hardest way to kick. But sometimes you don't have time, because remember, it's a 30-second shot clock, and sometimes you're kind of in a rush, so it's really tough to stay composed and to manage the time.
If you just joined us, you're watching losers qualification match between LIU. There you see her at the table against Argentinian Soledad Ayala. The winner goes through to the last 16, and the money, the loser has to hang about for the doubles, which is incidentally start after this match at 3 p.m. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz will be in action alongside Mighty Rapero. They're going to be up from memory, if I can remember what I said earlier on. But you know what I'm like. Can't remember what I said last sentence. Never mind what I said an hour ago. Yeah, it's Wei Chu Chen and Eklan Kachi. They will be up against, that's coming up on this table next as the doubles gets underway. And Zlateva on table 2. Well, she'll be staying on table 2 because she and her partner Exposito will be up against this young lady on this table, Xia Liu and Conrad Musician. So that's coming up for you next, guys. Plenty to look forward to today, isn't there, Ben?
Yeah. And so, in this rack, as I saw Liu missing the 3, she told me that the way she played the 3, that the 4 and the 7 were tied up, and the 4 didn't pass the 7. So that was one more reason when she played a safety to try to nudge the 4 to make it past the 7. So yeah, it was a little bit of a misjudgment from the Chinese, even though the safety was good. Good shot
great
there.
shot. Perfect on this 7 ball, Ben, isn't she? To just go up towards centre table. Doesn't want to be
Exactly.
straight on the 8, just centre table will be okay.
And this is exactly the situations where you have like typical where you have typical runouts, typical rotation game positions, and this is where the drills are really powerful, because once you master the center of the table, 2 rails, 3 rails, 1 rail, then those type of runouts suddenly come even under pressure, much easier. Not easy, but much easier.
Yeah, there was no reason for her to get so close to that 8 ball, though, was there? I mean, middle of the table would have been fine, nice angle.
Yeah.
In the end, she ended up dead straight on that 8 ball, you know.
Yeah.
Putting a bit of a quick stroke, I think, on the 8. On the 7, I should say.
Yeah. And good shot, by the way. Good safety shot from you there. She really may create distance between the balls, leaving the cue ball towards the rail with... That was a good idea, but a little bit too thick, but that was really a good idea to try to put all the balls, 7, 9 and cue ball, aligned on the long rail on the left.
Should be rack over from here, though. This is LIU's territory for sure. That's the angle I thought that Soledad would have left herself off of that 7 before.
So you see the way that she the point with her cue, she pointed up approximately where her end is, a bridge end is, but I would rather myself play low ball and go before the side pocket. Yeah, like that. Okay. This is good. I thought she would go only 1 rail, which is not the right shot, I believe. But she did it good.
Well, she's just about to become part of this losers qualification. You're never really in it until you've got the rack on the board, and here it comes with this 10. Yeah, no mistake that time. Soledad, though, once again had her chance to win that. That missed 7 ball was quite surprising to me. Nevertheless, she missed it.
This is actually the first open mistake she made since the beginning of the match. Like, big mistake.
There's the 3 again, which she missed. May have thought that's the end. We're not going to see the missed 7 ball. But that's what's cost her this one.
And this is a big difference, because she was really perfect on the 7 ball, and if she could have run that rack, then it's 3-0 breaking. So it's huge. I mean, this is exactly the concept of playing races to 4 and best of 3 sets. Sometimes you play good and you miss 1 shot, and then your opponent can tie it up and even take the lead. So this is pretty big.
Would you risk taking the 1 on here into the... take the bank on and try and get over to that 2 ball?
This is tricky because the 4 and 5 are blocking the 2 ball, and I would myself rather play a safety shot, like cutting the 1 and try to go in those balls up table, or the other way around. You could cut the one ball on the right side, touched with the cue ball just before the side pocket on the right, and go behind the 6. Yeah, the thing is, she played it great, but then, look, she's in trouble.
Yeah, undid it.
Yeah. But even if she has passed the 4 ball, then she would have been in trouble, because there are no clear safety shot from here, even if she could see the 2. So that's why I would definitely have played safe on the 1 ball.
Oh, fouled as well. It's cost up, ball in hand.
Yeah, but still,
She might be in trouble after this shot.
Yeah, if she can send the 2 ball up table without touching the 4, then it's okay, but I don't think she can. So maybe she'll have to play the 2 off the 8 and stay behind the 4. Unless the 2 ball passes the 8. But from here it's impossible to see for us. But yeah, I would definitely do this. Try to play the 2 into the cushion and off the 8 and stay behind the 4. Yeah, like that.
Oh. That's nasty, Benjamin. How nasty of you.
Yeah, this is the kind of safety I was talking about earlier. This is the safety where you have good chances to get advantage of your opponent's mistakes, because now the 2 ball is big because you can arrive directly on it, or you can arrive before it on the rail. So the arrival is pretty big, but yeah, she touched it perfectly. Great effort. So you always have to have 2 things in mind when you play safe. Try to send the object ball in an area in the middle of nowhere, so that it will make a small target for your opponent, and try as much as possible to glue the cue ball somewhere where you have your opponent have to go 2 or 3 rails around. So that's 2 golden rules. Of course, sometimes it's not possible, but
played that very well. Nice angle. Can play the 5 into the same pocket if she wishes. Can go forwards as well. Up to her. I think she'll come back though.
so the 6 and 7 are connected. So now she really want to play stun to go short long, yeah, like that. Even if she's straight in on the 6, she would have the 7 on the side, but you really want to be at least straight in on the 7, because the 8 is up table. So you and you see it's that tricky, those positions, that she elected to draw and play the 7 in the bottom right, instead of stun follow a little bit to play the 7 on the side. So this is a good sign of what's difficult and what's not. Touchy, I would say. The thing is, I don't like to be straight on that 8. Considering the position on the 9, I would have liked to be on the other side of the table to play the 9 on the side, but it's still okay. It's personal preference also. Yeah, that's good. She's back in the business, Mark.
Yeah, can play to the side or to the corner. probably to the corner, bigger pocket. Oh, she's going to the side, just a soft little draw over for the 10 ball. And after not such a good start, she's going to level at 2-2 in this opening set. So LIU 2-2. Now then, that beautiful arena that you see in front of you, beautiful colours, and of course it's the colours of Spain's flag, red and yellow. The red represents strength and valour, while the yellow symbolises generosity.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I always like to think, Benjamin, this isn't just entertainment, it's education as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Always like to learn something new every day. Be a little bit better today than you were yesterday, and you'll never go wrong in life. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, I share this one with you, Mark.
Thank you very much. I'll have more of those later on for you. Back to the action. Dave Pearson has racked the balls. LIU has the privilege of breaking them. All square 2-2. First set. Losers qualification. Remember, the loser goes home.
And as I already mentioned, you see, she just missed that 7 ball on 2-0 to make it 3-0, and now it's 2-2. It's all square, and her opponent is looking better than in the beginning, than at the beginning of the match. So all of a sudden, you have to stay sharp, and it's mentally, it's really, you really have to be tough mentally.
Big pocket this, past the 8 for the 3. Can really slide it in off the long rail. Wouldn't mind kissing the 8 ball. Well, she's got possibility of a 4-10 combo as well. Oh, I didn't think she'd miss that 3 ball. I thought it was unmissable. Just shows you nothing is unmissable in this game. And now look, could cost her an early rack here.
Yeah,
has the choice.
Because in this type of the situation that she was in, you really, I mean, your mind, your focus is really on the cue ball, so that you want to track for the 4 ball. And she missed the 3 ball by much because of that, because she didn't focus really on the 3 ball. That happens often.
Oh, does she play a 2-way here? Draw into the 10, send the 4 ball away.
Yeah, the thing is, if she played that, the shot you just called could be a good shot. You have chances to make the 4 also in between the 5 and 9 on the opposite side pocket. But if you don't make the 10, you also could sell out. So sometimes you have 2-way shots that are not really 2-way shots. I don't know what she called.
She called the 10.
Yeah, good shot. Perfect.
Yeah, just managed to keep the cue ball on the table as well.
Yeah. Great speed.
So that miss on the
stroke.
3 from Shasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ended up costing her. It was a big pocket, that 3 to pass the 8, but was some way off, as you said, concentrating too much on the 4 ball position to the 4, and it's ending up costing her that rack. And now Soldad is on the hill at 3-2.
Yeah, actually, the brain works really in his own manner, because obviously when you're playing rotation games, the first purpose, the priority is to make the ball. she had the priority to make the 3 and then take care about where the cue ball would track for the 4. But then it's always like that. You go all the way around. You're focusing on the cue ball path and then you miss the ball. So it's always like that, and you have to work on the priority process, which is make the ball first, always.
Yes, because if you do make the ball, miss the position, it's not as important as getting the position and missing the ball, because of course stands to reason you're at the table and you've got another shot, you're still in control of the table.
Yeah.
So make the pot, guys, make the pot.
Yeah, it sounds obvious, but when you're under pressure and when you are into a match, the brain is telling you different things. So you really have to have clarity to stay into the moment and think about the
that pesky
priority.
brain. The pesky brain, isn't it? Always gets in the way. Now, will this squeeze off the 9?
Yeah, the thing is, it's really interesting how to, when you know how to manipulate the combination, because actually with the English and if you whether you use stun or you can manipulate the 9 ball going into the pocket or not.
Well, she called
I
the
don't
9.
know if I don't know.
No, she called the 9. She called the 9.
That was close.
So the winning 8 in the losers qualification will go through a draw against the 8 women who went through the winner's side. So there will be a redraw after this round has finished, and then we'll know who our top 16 are. By the end of today, we'll know who our quarter finalists are as well, plus the start of the mixed pairs, of course. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Ben, would you call that wrap lizard or is it snake skin? Me and Tim yesterday couldn't make up our minds. It's one of the two. It's reptilian, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like snake, but oh, I don't think she wanted to do that. She really wanted to keep the control of the 4 to get closer to the 5.
Yeah, just a little bit careless, I think, because you know that there's always the chance of that happening. Maybe surprised she didn't actually play for it and draw back as well at the same time.
Yeah. Now this is a tough shot, crucial shot to force a deciding game in the first set. Yeah, that was tough. She didn't let the stroke out good enough to pocket that ball. She kind of decelerated a little bit.
Yeah, didn't finish the shot at all, did she? That wasn't a normal stroke. So a bit of pressure on that shot. This is a chance, is it, for Soledad to win the first set? I would have liked to have been a bit closer to the 7 ball than this. She missed one a lot easier than this earlier on, didn't she?
This is where moments where you have to trust your training, trust your alignment, and go for it. Of course, it's easier said than done. Great shot. Hit it thick though, but still went in. Ayala is playing with a throne, a Predator throne series.
So
Railroad shaft.
Soledad Ayala taking the opening rack, deciding to, the opening set. Time to take a timeout for the young ladies and also for us old men as well. We're going for a break. Benjamin Belhassan and myself, Mark White. We'll see you soon for set number 2. Welcome back. Bag in hand for LIU. For Soledad Ayala. I beg your pardon. Welcome back to the Gandia Palace here in beautiful Valencia. Losers qualification match. LIU losing the first set against, well, I wouldn't say against the run of play, but I'm sure experience and titles would make Shah the favourite. I'm Mark White with Benjamin Belhassan. Good time to mention our other sponsors. Of course, this is the Little Monster International Women's Tournament. We also have some other sponsors as well, of course, the Predator Group, Kamui, Box Billiards, Ayala and Kamui Tips also.
Well, Mark, nothing on the break this time, and looks like Liu will have an opportunity here. I don't know if she can see the edge of the ball, which makes, of course, a big difference. And even if she sees the edge of the ball, the 8 ball will be a big ball here for the cue ball path. So she might elect it to go for a push out here, even if she sees the edge. For example, she could tie the 3 and the 10, and leaving a long straight shot on the 1. Or she could just roll the 1 ball and play a containing, sending the cue ball to the 8 ball. It's really a tough spot. Yeah, that's the shot. Oh, but she missed it. But that was the shot, and it was really a tricky spot, because yeah, myself, I would have thought about playing a push out from there, even if she could see the 1 ball. Sometimes, you know, it's a trap. You see the ball, so you wanna go for the safety or go for the shot, but you can't really have a good solution. So you're better off play a push out, even if you see the ball.
Yeah, looking a little bit under par at the moment, LIU. I think on paper it'd be fair to say she was favourite to win this, but all credit to Soledad, she's put her under pressure. She's made some great balls when she's had to, and took the first set quite convincingly, really. Too many mistakes from Shasha, and she needs to stop those mistakes if she's going to go further in this tournament.
This is the type of shots where you have to let the stroke out, because you really need a good follow quality to go all the way down to the head string to play the 4 on the side. So you really want to play a high ball, and yeah, this is good. I would say not good enough, because I was going to say pool players, most of them, they are not used to take enough high on the cue ball, and mostly carom players are used to it. So this is something we can take from the carom players, that when they play a high ball, they really play high, so they really put some follow into the cue ball and some power. And we pool players we are focused on making the ball, so we have a precise target. We are not paying attention enough when we play high ball. This is my opinion.
And we do value your opinion as well, Benjamin. That's why you're the analyst in the booth, and I'm just here to keep up the banter in those quiet moments, ask you a few questions and read some results out. I've got the easy job. You're the guy.
Definitely not,
job.
Mark. No, you're brilliant. It's always a pleasure to share the booth with you.
Oh, stop it. You make me blush. Well, that's a poor miss. Didn't really get anywhere near the pot there.
Yeah, and once again, the mistake comes from the 3 ball, because she didn't take the ball high enough to reach the 4 ball on the side properly, and then she missed the 5. So mostly the mistakes that you make are earlier than the actual mistakes you make, and this one was the 3 ball.
Yeah, they just snowball, don't they? It gets worse and worse with every shot you play. If you play one bad positional shot, it seems to just go downhill from there, unless you can pull off a really good shot to get back in line. And this is
Yeah.
just what Shasha needs in this second set, is an early start, an early lead, and get that beautiful cue action going, which we know she possesses.
Yeah, and I was talking about, you know, the high ball, the follow shot, and we have in France a culture of the carom billiards, obviously, and but we also have the number one of pool in France. I'm sure you know it. His name is Fabio Rizzi, and he has a carom background, so I took that from him, because he when he plays high ball, he really plays high ball, and we shared a few discussions about it, and I took that from him.
I remember a coach telling me years ago, he said, okay, I want you to hit a high ball. And I did, and he said, no, that's not even much above centre, a little bit more. I go even more, go even more, go even more.
Yeah.
And it looked like I was going to miss cue, but of course I didn't, and I got full reaction out of the cue ball. It's when you're behind the shot that it's difficult to believe, isn't it, that you can actually go higher.
Yeah.
But of course it's the smallest part of the cue ball, and that's why it's harder. It's the same as when you're drawing. You're on the smallest parts of the cue ball, so you fear, your brain just tells you to fear it. Anyway, no fear from Shasha. Makes the 10 on the break, so that will be respotted. It's not a win. It did used to be, until a Mario He Roberto Gomez final, when we had something like 3 in a row.
So in this situation, it's obvious that she's going to push out, but on the previous rack it wasn't, because she could see an edge of the one. So sometimes you don't need to fall into those type of traps. So 2 ball is locked by the 5, and she could try to cross bank this one to create distance, to play safety shot, but she went for it.
Beautifully slow backswing that you're always talking about. She certainly possesses that. That was so nice, that backswing. Just maybe hurried the forward stroke just a fraction. That's what we call timing, guys, through the ball. Just a little bit quick.
Yeah, there was a shot there. You see, if she could have banked the 1 ball towards the 2 and 5 into it to try to clear the problem, and going with the cue ball 2 rails behind the 9 would have been nice. She just rolled it, which is okay, but if she could have stunned it 2 rails, then she would have sent the 1 ball into the 2-5 and cleared the problem at the same time. So
as a coach, Benjamin, listening to some of your comments, I get the feeling that, you know, of course it's not all about technique, it's about shot selection, it's about kicking ability, about jumping, it's many, many different facets of the game. How much percentage-wise would you say, if, let's say for example, let's just throw a name out there, Alex Lely, very, very known for his great coaching ability, especially his safety and his kicking instruction. If a player went to him and learned how to play real top quality safety, what kind of percentage would you say would improve their win ratio?
Wow, this is a good question. I believe because the thing is, players, when they come to the game, you always go to technique, pocketing balls, breaking, jumping, but it's always like that. You always underestimate the mental side and the safety side, always. And I believe it's a lot. I mean, a player, for example, like him, because he used to be a top class player before being a top class coach. You could make big differences only by playing good safeties. Like back in the 90s, and there were rivals with the Niels Fayen, and Niels was pocketing the balls a little bit better, but Alex was moving better. So it was always like great battles, but different skills. And I would say um, maybe 30 to 40%, which is like huge.
Huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for that. It was a very nice explanation.
Especially on push-outs and on tricky situation where the tactical side comes into play. It's really great to have a smart guy like him to explain the philosophy of the shot. And I mean, he's definitely one of the person that changed my vision of the game a few years ago. And I had the luck and the opportunity to take lessons with him and also with Johan Rusink.
Wow,
And I
two of the
say it
best in
every
the
time I
world.
can. Yeah, in my opinion, the best two coaches in the world. So yeah, it was a crazy experience, and I'd like to do it again whenever I can.
Johan has been coaching Piers Labutis just recently, and of course Piers won the Hanoi Open, and he's made the Mosconi Cup as well. So, and
Yeah.
Rysink has done that with many players over the years, and he's also done it with the American team, don't forget. So
Yeah,
the guy
and
knows what he's talking about as well.
I have a funny story about this, because you talked about Pius. Actually, I got to know him like a few years ago when he was a junior, and we shared a couple of rooms together. And I decided to go to see Johan, and I called him. It was maybe, I think, 2 years ago. I called Pius and I said, "Well, do you want to share? You want to share the boot camp with me?" And that's how it begins. I went to Johan's place with Pius when he was like maybe top 30, and since then they start to work together. So I had the opportunity to witness the first meeting of these two, and so that was a great experience to share Johan's bootcamp with Pius.
That's a lovely story, really lovely story. How much, may I ask, if, say, someone watching now wants to go that step further and, you know, get a really good coach, what sort of price, without quoting exactly, but what in the region would you expect to pay for a couple of hours,
one of
let's
the
say,
big,
with Johan?
yeah, that's one of the big, I would say, the big advantage of playing in a sport which is not obviously for the moment a major sport. Because, for example, if you want to take lessons with the best coach in the world in tennis, you might spend, I don't know, in between 5 to 10,000 for a day. So this is
Wow.
pretty crazy. Yeah. But we can reach the best coaches in the world for, I would say, a couple of hundreds or a couple of thousands to do boot camps, and they're all in Europe because Johan is living in Belgium and Alex Lely is living in Italy right now. So
Okay.
yeah, it's really affordable comparing to the knowledge they have and to the I would say the value you would have to your game. And I know Alex Lely for a long time when he was a player, so I got to him first, and then I got to Johan, and I was wondering, maybe they come from the same country, and Johan was the coach of Alex when he was a player, so maybe that would be a double, you know. And actually, it's
Yeah.
really no, it wasn't at all. They both have different styles, different knowledge, because Alex obviously was a top class player. So yeah, I would definitely recommend them. They really changed my vision.
Interesting stuff. So breaking to get on the hill. Liu in control of this second set. No friends on the break, unfortunately. Focused. Yeah, one ball got a funny kick there, didn't it?
Yeah, and again, cluster 245 on the long rail, long tough shot on the one. Tells me that there is no value here to try to pocket the one, but still tough spot to get a safety.
Yeah, when the safety's as hard as the pot, you may as well go attacking. I think she is attacking here.
Yeah, but the
Way
thing
off.
is, it's really tough. It's again, maybe it was one of those situations where she could have pushed out again, because there is not much you can do even if she makes, or whether she can decide to make the one and go for the 2-5 combination to try to run out. This is an all-in decision, but
You know where this
yeah, the
cue ball's headed,
combination.
don't you?
Yeah, that's a good shot there. Try to move things in the cluster and at the same time playing safety shot. This is smart.
Yeah, very intelligent shot there. She's got a very good ball brain, hasn't she, Shasha? She's got rather a cool name as well, I think, Shasha. Very untidy rack of pool this. 5 balls, 6 balls on the rail, counting the 3. But it's those 5 in a line there which are proving to be the problem.
Yeah, actually the big problem here is the 2. Because the 4 ball passes before the 5, so that's great. And the only way out could be to play the 2, or now the combination, or to play the 2 on the 6 on the side, which is really near the pocket, which is hanging.
I think she's just called it as well. The 6 ball, I think she's just called the 6
Yeah.
in the side, jumping the 1. Good effort.
Good effort. Yeah.
Hopper skipping a jump away from the table.
Good shot there, good containing. I don't know if she can see something of the one ball, maybe the edge. No, she's going for the jam cue, so maybe she called the 6 on the side mark, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see either. We know what time it is there though, look, from her watch.
Good shot there. Great. Now this is really a tricky position, because now the 2 is available on the bottom left, but the 7 is a big ball if you want to reach the 2 on the short side. So I don't know what she's going to do there, whether she try to pocket it on the side and go towards the 7 to try to clear the 2, I'm sorry. Oh no, okay, she's going for the combination.
3-ball combination.
Yeah, but now that she's on the rail, maybe she would just elect to push the 2 and stick the cue ball behind the 5. Because you will lose control of the cue ball playing the combination. Yeah, just like that. It's okay.
Yeah, well played.
Good shot there. You see, this type of shot, I would really consider playing towards the 10 and going 2 rails, because the 2 ball is big if you arrive from the long rail on the other side of the table, and it's not big if you arrive from where she elects to play. This is a foul.
Be a foul.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
rail,
I would have
unfortunately.
Definitely I would have preferred to come 2 rails into the line. Makes the 2 ball bigger.
Well, this is a chance to get back into this second set. 3 to the 4, no problem. 2 to 3, of course, straightforward with ball in hand. 4 to the 5. Well, she doesn't want to be straight. I guess it's okay. Is it just a little bit straight? Would have liked some angle on this, I think. Can she get the cue ball away from the rail though, Benjamin? That's the thing.
Yeah, the problem is you really want to be on the right center of the table, and if you go follow, for example, you really need no English to go long and short, yeah, like that. But the English is gonna make you, yeah, exactly like this. I don't know if she has the 4 or not, but the thing is, the English on the short rail will open the path of the cue ball towards the 10, just what it did. And I think she's still okay, but she had to let the stroke out. Powerful stroke here.
Yeah, she
with
did
low
call it, so
left.
it does go.
Yeah. Good shot
Played
there.
it beautifully.
This
What a shot that is.
Yeah. Now the point is to go. Yeah, this is great, but this is not over, because you really want to play like inside to go towards the 9. From here it's tough to judge, but you definitely want to play not really high ball, but above center with inside. Oh, that's not enough. That's not enough.
Yeah, easy hook here though.
Yeah, but when you had the position that she had, and especially making a tough 4-5 like this, you're really expecting to close it out.
Maybe she's going all in.
I don't know. You have both ways here. You can send the 7 and send the cue ball back behind the 10 also. This is also an option. Yeah,
Great
that was
shot.
the problem. Yeah, I don't think it really corresponds. Meaning, what I mean is, if you go for the 7 ball, then you go all in and you try to get shape on the 8. But there, she really, I felt that she really wanted the snooker. So if you really want the snooker, then you don't want the 7 ball to go, right? That was tricky.
Going behind the 10 here.
Good shot there.
Oh, this is good. This is a good shot.
Yeah.
Unlucky, but okay. Got distance.
Yeah, but
It was
still.
a very, very good attempt.
Yeah. Still, it's still a good shot. So if she can see totally the 8, then she just have to play what we call a containing, sending the 1 ball in the middle of the 8 ball in the middle of the long rail, just like that. This is a great shot. I mean, you can't get, this is one of those situations where you can't get any better than this, you know. And solid. Ayala has the opportunity to cut the 8 and go zigzag the cue ball all the way down and try to get the snooker behind the 10, which would be a bonus. But she really has to protect the 8, sending it towards the 9. Yeah. Ooh. No. Almost made it.
I might be able to make this one, I think.
Yeah, what if she has made it, then it was a good shot, because obviously she would have got it back, but that's a good shot. I mean, she has the angle on the 9.
Feliz Navidad. That's a little clue as to what I'm going to tell you about next. I've got a nice little fact coming up for you, Benjamin. I know how much you like them. The clue is Feliz Navidad. It's coming to that time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Shasha in control of the second set, goes 3-0 ahead. So Spain has a special Christmas tradition called El Gordo. El Gordo means the fat one, and it is the world's largest lottery draw, held every December the 22nd. The world's biggest lottery. Well, that's a claim to fame, that, isn't it? America has some pretty big ones as well. Europe, of course, has the Euro Millions.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
That's two things we've both learned today. And I've learned a lot more from you, from the commentary, that's for sure. So breaking then on the hill, looking to level it up. Looks like we will be going to a deciding set. And remember, guys, if we do go to a deciding set, which looks likely, if it goes to 3-3, there will be a shootout. We've not seen one yet, not on the TV table, or not on this one, that's for sure. For Ayala, no. Nothing doing, I don't think. Having an anxious look to see if there's anything on the 1 board. I don't think there is, Ben.
Yeah, she took a little bit. It was a kind of a cut break here. She missed the square hit, and but she got away with it. No balls, but no shot for her opponent. I don't believe. But she's queuing towards the 1, so yeah. Maybe she sees something about the 1.
I think it goes. Oh, it doesn't go, but she's played a containing safety shot, but she's not played it well. This is on into the side pocket.
Yeah, the idea was good, to keep the cue ball in this area of the table where it is right now, sending the cue ball back up, but came up a little short, but the idea was good.
Going for the corner. Can't control the cue ball really when you're cutting this to the side so thin, bound to go into some traffic. So taking it to the side is, sorry, to the corner is much more difficult. Digging down as well.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shot. LIU, well, great pot. Does the two pass?
I don't think so. She's looking at the path of the cue ball after cutting the two. That's what she was looking at. And I think the path would go around the 8. Around the 3, excuse me. Yeah, great judgment there. Because when you have thin cuts like this and you use extreme low ball, as she did, the cue ball makes the curve, the reverse curve, it goes deeper into the rail before coming back up, and that's how she avoided the 3 there. So this is great judgment, because it's not easy to judge, especially on slide tables and new cloth like this.
Yeah, it's little tidbits that you're giving away there, you know, just all these little things are so interesting, and you know, really can elevate a player's game, can't they? Just these little things, as you say, the little details mean so much in the overall picture.
I was thinking about the question you asked me, like early on, about the safety shots and the kicking. I forgot to mention that when you are talking about the best players in the world, everybody knows how to run racks, right? When it's open, it's not going to be there that the matches are, that the crucial moments of matches are not there. When it's open, 9 out of 10% of the time, they're going to run out. So it's not on the typical shots. It's really on the response, on the push-outs, and especially on the kicking back to the opponent, that differences are made. You know, it's on 99% of the time it's the case.
Yeah,
so
point.
You see how important it is to, and that's why the Filipinos, they really have an edge, because they really know how to kick back to the opponent, like hitting the right side of the balls and splitting the balls, and they really play the percentages on those shots, and it really makes them have an advantage on the field. Definitely, a player like Carlo Biado, if you see his kicking abilities, it's really there where he makes the difference.
Yeah, I was just going to mention Carlo Biado, just been inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame, of course, and everyone always talks about Efren Reyes, as, you know, rightly so, about his great kicks, but I'll tell you, Carlo Biado is right up there with Efren Reyes when it comes to kicking. He's meticulous, so meticulous about which part of the ball that he's actually going to hit when he's kicking. Oh, where's the cue ball? She's lost the cue ball here, has she? Wow. She hit that all wrong, that 9 ball. Almost missed the 9.
Yeah, she hit it a little bit thick, so...
Yeah, no problem from near to the rail. LIU then, in much quicker time, takes the second set by 4. racks to 0. We are going to be back very, very soon when the players are back with the deciding set. Don't forget, guys, there could still be a shootout. Will there be? Well, you have to come back with us as soon as the players are back to find out. Benjamin Belhassan and myself, Mark White. Welcome back, guys. We're coming to you live from the Gandia Palace Hotel, the Little Monster Women's International Open. Very interestingly poised this match, 1 set each. We're going into a deciding set. It is a race to 4. but if we go 3-3, we will have a shootout. Benjamin Belhassan and myself, Mark White, are in the booth for this one. Plenty of action going on over the, I think there's over 20 tables. I think there's 22 tables in this beautiful Palace Conference Centre. Ball in the corner, Benjamin. And look at this, a shot at the one.
Yeah, also the 2 is available, I believe, behind the 7. So this type of shot, it's difficult to control the speed, because obviously the cue ball is going to come from the long rail, so it's going to cut the line of the 2, the line of position of the 2. So you need to pay attention to the speed here, because it's easier to follow the line of position than to cut the line. But that's really great from Liu here. She has to decide whether to play the 3-6 combination, or if the 3 passes the 6, which can be a different story. Yeah, and in this type of situation, it also depends where you land with the cue ball, and you can decide, depending on the cue ball position, whether you're going to play the combination or the 3 ball. Yeah, that was the problem with the combo here, is you kind of lose the 3. So
does it go in off the 9 in the side?
oh, the side pockets are really tight, and it's a little bit low. I think she's gonna play safe, shaving the 3 and going up table. Yeah, like that. Great shot there.
Yeah, keeps the pressure on Soledad, doesn't it? Comes equipped with playing cue and jump. Which one's she laying down? I think she's jumping here, Benjamin.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you play 10 ball, because it's cold shots, you kind of play a little bit more conservative, because I would say the luck part, even if I don't like this word, is a little bit less, has a little bit less influence on the outcome of the game. So players would naturally go more to the safety shot, especially on the under a shot clock.
Well, a very famous saying by a lot of pool players, including myself: if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Funny here, I don't know if she can cut the 3 ball on the side. It looks really thin.
Extension.
Yes, she can, but the cue ball is gonna fly around. Yeah, that was the danger.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Ooh.
Down it goes. Would you believe it? Well,
Yeah, this is tough, because you need speed for the 3 to go in, but you also need to control the speed, because the track is definitely going to the corner pocket. So it's really tough to control the speed and still make those cut shots.
yeah, I don't think she thought it was going to drop. I didn't either. I thought it was going to hang up for 1 second. I thought she might be
Yeah,
hooked by the point, but even worse, in the drink it went.
it was close. So it can be the right moment for Ayala to put a point on the scoreboard, because she has had a tough second set. But I really like her attitude. She's still into the match, concentrate, good effort on that shape.
Here's a complete shutout in the second set for Ayala. Never really got into it. Lost it 4-0, and she's played a dreadful shot here. I hate to say it, but it's awful, isn't it? She was perfect on the 9.
Oh,
hearts in the mouth. This scratch, it's going to scratch. Wow. Oh dear. Well, just as we thought LIU's scratch was going to cost her the rack, it's a scratch in the diagonally corner pocket, which has cost Soledad Ayala the first rack in this deciding set. But it was all down to, and you say it many times, Benjamin, it was down to the shot previously. It was the bad shot from the 9 to the 10 which cost up.
Yeah, definitely.
This was the scratch from Shasha. Thought, I've lost the rack here, and then the shot from the 9 to the 10, not great. And she knew what was coming from the moment she hit it.
It's really tough to judge, but when you play those type of shots, like the thin cuts to create distance, yeah, when you know that the cue ball track is going to go towards the corner pocket, then you should then pay attention, much more attention to the speed, so that in case it takes the wrong line, it doesn't go to the pocket. But of course, again, we are here in the booth, and it's easier said than done. So it's not about judging, or it's just about try to put some words and explaining what the game is all about, more than judging the players.
Yeah, we can only call it as we see it, and even though it might sound a little bit harsh sometimes there are no other words to use. Like from that 9 to the 10 was just, it all went wrong, didn't it? I'm not sure what she was thinking there.
Yeah, you know, it's just a technical mistake. Instead of going just center ball, she went a little bit above center, like Stanish, and then the cue ball track towards the 10 instead of going towards the short rail. And you know, we're talking about millimeters, so
yeah, it's a game of fractions. She's got to forget about it, put it to the back of her mind. She wants to stay in this tournament. She's going to have to win this set, as are both of them, of course. So she's not out of it. There's only one rack on the board, but she can't afford to give easy racks like that, not ball in hand on the 10.
great shot there. This is really tough to control because the ball is hanging and you really want to hit a half ball and half the cushion, because if you hit it too thin, then the cue ball is going directly into the cushion and is rejected a lot faster. So this is tough to control. Still, she has a hell of a cut on the 3. And I don't know if the 4 passes the 6 from that angle. Not sure she's gonna play it though. Good shot. I think it's too hard.
Cue ball.
Wow, that was a great shot. She went a little bit too far.
There you can see it does pass the 6. You wouldn't have thought so from
Yeah.
that other angle, but clearly does.
Yeah, I feel that LIU is really in stroke for a couple of games. Like since the middle of the second set, she is really focused, and you can see the conviction in her eyes. And she just played 3 beautiful shots.
Yeah, that was a sweet stroke on the 4 ball. Really was.
Uh-oh.
She's okay.
Oh, still okay. Yeah, now all the balls are connected. The 9 to the 10 are connected also, so shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, the thing is, you don't want too much anger on the 8 to reach the 9. This is kind of a trap.
Just a slight
And then
angle,
she-
can draw straight back past the side pocket.
Yeah. Good shot there.
Good shot.
And this is a perfect example of what I was talking about the lines. You see the line in between the 10 and the pocket, and so when she played a 2 rail position, she's coming into that line like this from there. And so even if the speed is not good, she had plenty of space to still be in good position. So that's one of the big concept of the game, to follow the line, the position line, instead of cutting it, of course, whenever it's possible. So this is one of the golden rules.
Yeah, the golden touch as well for LIU. Doubles the lead 2-0. Looking good in this deciding set. Xing Yu Hong from Chinese Taipei, ex-junior world champion, is 3-1 up against Yvonne Ullman-Hiebler. Zlateva and Brianna Sarac have just started their deciding set. It's 1 set all over there. Zhang Muan is out. She's been beaten by Amber Chen in 2 straight sets. Monica Zalbeck has also gone out of the tournament, beaten in straight sets by Pei Chun Sai. Wan Ling Wang is 1 set all with Savannah Easton, and Sophia Mast has gone through against Rochelle Enfroy from France in straight sets. So the pink dagger going well. From pink dagger to pink BK rush. LIU breaking off to get on the hill.
Good spread, good break. Shot on the 2. Let's see the layout. Tough shot though to get position on the 3. The 7 ball is a big blocker here. So maybe you just have to make the 2 and go to the long rail towards the 8, not doing that much with the cue ball.
Ooh, try to get closer to it.
Yeah, it went in thin, but it still went in, so
once again
good
using
shot
lots
there.
of right hand spin. Held the cue ball,
Yeah,
checked it off the rail enough for the 4.
Stanish, go off the rail, a little bit forward if possible, but
Well, I do really like this Predator arc table. It's good looking, it's sexy looking, but I've got to be honest, I do miss the lights that the Apex had. I did love them beautiful LED blue and reds and yellows when they could match
yeah.
the arena. I do miss the colours on the legs, guys, so Karim, if you're listening, could we have some LED lighting on the legs, please? Thank you, just a little bit for me. I appreciate it.
And Liu is appreciating the layout here. We're gonna witness a nice break and run. Maybe everything is in the open. The 9 is a little bit funny because it's high, and I think it doesn't pass the 10, so she'll have to work a little bit, but she should be okay.
Extension.
Yeah, she
Not
knows
afraid
that.
to use spin. Not afraid.
And you see the position is wide open, but she took the extension to take a little bit more time because she knows that the 9 ball, going from the 8 to the 9 could be a little bit tricky. So she took her time. This is a good sign of her mental clarity, I would say.
Yeah, it's good management of the shot clock as well, isn't it? It's very good, knows when she needs it, when she needs to use an extension, doesn't just take it willy-nilly, so to speak. Now she's pretty straight on this in the side pocket. Does she take it to the side or does she take it down the corner, Ben?
I don't know, it's personal preference. Yeah, she's straight in. I mean, she delivered a great Stanish stroke on the 8 ball to get this position. So now she has it. Shouldn't be a problem. But that was a great effort on the 8. She didn't underestimate the situation.
Yeah, this 10 ball then to get on the hill, and it's been a total shutout after Soledad Ayala won the opening set 4-2. She did look a little bit off, didn't she, Shasha, in the opening set, but from the second set onwards she came back from that timeout and she's a totally different player, and she's now won 7 racks in a row.
Maybe that 2 ball next week wouldn't go. As it really went in thin, but still with the cloth and the balls. But in a couple of days the tables will react a little bit differently.
And you 1-1 with Shui Ching Jiang. And you always one of the favourites in any tournament she goes into. Monika Zabek did go out to Pei Chun Sai in straight sets as well, looking to finish this match off then. LIU breaking 3-0 up, 1 set each. Here we go. Well, one ball, don't know how it didn't go, Ben, do you? Tried to.
Yeah, and not really a good opener for Ayala. She has to be patient and try to create opportunity out of a good safety shot. Yeah, this is a good shot. There is not much you can do. This is great.
Reminder, guys, next up on this table, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and Mighty Rapero up against Wei Chu Chen and Eklan Kachi, as we see the little monster mixed pairs get underway. That's at 3 p.m. local time. 2 rounds of doubles and 1 last 16 match to finish off day 2 here at the Gandia Palace.
Good hit. So now this is an interesting situation where when you're trailing like this and you kind of in a tough situation, do you go for the bank and try to reverse the set? You go aggressive. Yeah, that's what she tried.
Yeah, illegally potted ball means loss of turn. Shasha with every right to put her back in, but of course she's not going to do that, not with the 1 ball hanging over the side pocket. There's every possibility that Soledad Ayala has played her last shot in this tournament for this year. I'm sure we'll be back next year. Lots of good things happening next year from Predator as well. 4 new tournaments added, so I hear. So the schedule already pretty packed. He's going to be even more busy. You're going to have to decide, I think, Benjamin, whether you're going to put down the cue or keep playing and put the mic in your hand more often. Oh, that's not there. Well, how has that gone in?
That's the pocket
Purely
speed.
the pace. Purely the pace, yeah. She's not scared to use the bridge. She's had to use it a lot over the last couple of days.
Good shot there.
What does she do about the 5 though, Ben?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is she's looking to play the combo. I don't know what kind of angle she has on the 4. Yeah, she has a slightly angle, so she could stun it. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, she wanted to go short side, but then, in my opinion, it was better to go into the short rail, not directly from the 4 ball, if it was possible, of course. Speed wise, it's better. It's always better to go to the cushion.
This is the key shot then. If this goes in, you get the feeling it's all over. It's there, it's there, it's a great shot.
Shot, yeah, great shot there.
Perfect on the
Clear
6.
into the pocket.
Closing stages, guys, of this losers qualification round.
Yeah, 8, 9, and 10 are connected, so.
Well, the way she started, she looked like she was in trouble, but once she did get started, 10 racks, sorry, 7 racks in a row so far. This will be the 8th. And it's all over, guys. This 9 and the 10 ball for a very, very good victory after a very, very nervy opening set. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, doubles action is next. I'm sure she's not going to miss this 10 ball. I hope I haven't jinxed her. But it's pairs next. Ruiz and Rapero up against Kachi and Wei Chun Chen. That's to come next, guys, on this very table. Thank you very much to Benjamin Bell.